I grew up in a world of goodies and baddies. I remember when the Second World War ended. I was 7, 8 years of age. I had a solution for world peace, and that was to put all of our enemies, our European enemies and our Asian enemies, on an island somewhere in the middle of the ocean and drop an atomic bomb and kill them all, and then we'd have happiness. My very religious but rather neurotic stepmother raised me to be a good boy, and because I was going to be a good boy, a person that loved Jesus, I could never own a gun, any kind of gun. So I made guns out of all kinds of things. I was determined to have a gun, and well, what do you think of this? If I point it like that, it could perhaps be a gun. I believed it was my gun. And so my stepmother never realized why that boy likes bananas so much. Bang, bang. Despite my stepmother's aversion to weapons, she could make a weapon out of this. And she did. Every now and then she'd hit my father on the head with a saucepan. I was rather isolated as a child, but when my friends came around, the game we always played was cowboys and Indians. And the cowboys were the good guy, the Indians were the bad guys. And we didn't dress as well as these people in this photograph, but the idea was the same. Goodies and baddies, and the goodies always won. When I was a teenager and earning money, one of the first things I bought was a replica pistol. Perfect in every way except it wouldn't fire bullets. I can't imagine now why I bought that thing, but it cost quite a bit of money because it was authentic. I hung on to this goodies and baddies theme even as an adult minister. So I started a Baptist, and I was sure we were better than all the rest, and then later I became a Presbyterian, and I was sure we were better than all the rest. All the churches looked the same, but we were right, and the others were, well, hadn't quite got the meaning. Really, through my 20s, 30s, and 40s, the kind of movie that I really like to watch were really goodies and baddies. Do you remember Dirty Harry? And he'd clean out all the scumbags, kill them all in the end, and that was a happy ending. Or what about Die Hard? It was the same theme. There were good people and there were awful people, and happiness could only be achieved by killing the bad people. And by the way, if you happen to be the hero, after you've killed the bad people, you get the girl. But as I moved on through life, this whole goodies and baddies theme didn't fit. It didn't fit with Jesus. It didn't fit with my reading of the New Testament. And here we have Jesus saying in his prayer, forgive me with the same measure as I forgive others. And then all through his teachings, do not judge. And so gradually I came to a different understanding. This whole idea that the world is made up of good people and bad people, the bad people have to be eliminated, is not something that comes from Jesus. And then I got to wondering, what about if God's Spirit speaks to people right across the world, not to just a few who are called Christian? What if God's Spirit is available to people even of other religions? Not in all that they do, but in their most sublime teachings. I found echoes of the words of Jesus in many different places, surprising places. I've given up on that goodies and baddies way of looking at people. way of looking at other ways of thinking. This is what I believe. God knows us all completely. And he knows there's goodies and baddies, if you like, in all of us. Now, this is the way I look at other people. I accept them for what they are. I know that each one of them is loved by God. I know they have problems as I have problems. I do my best quietly to commend to them the love of God in Jesus and to suggest that this is a way to focus on life and to focus on their own lives. And as for me, goodies and baddies, well, they're within me. But it is the love of Christ that helps me to rise above the things that are really unworthy and helps me to care for others and to follow a path upon which I feel I'm being led by Jesus. Well, there's something to think about. Don't judge. Love others. God does.